Here we are in Thimphu, Bhutan. Can you please introduce yourself and where we are specifically, and what is this beautiful instrument you have?
Hi, Kuzuzangpa everybody. This is Sonam Dorji. I'm a founder and a musician from Bhutan. I founded the Music of Bhutan Research Centre, this institution. And you might be wondering what a beautiful instrument in my hand. This is one of the prominent music instruments of Bhutan. It's called dranyen. Dra means the melody. Nyen means is to listen. So when it comprises together, it becomes dranyen, which means listen to the melody. The beautiful melody produced by this instrument.
And the beautiful decorations, are there some meanings to the decorations?
Well, there is a belief in Bhutanese culture that if you want to be a great music instrumentalist, particularly this instrument, that you have to get a blessing from the goddess of music here behind me, and from the elderly masters. And the painting here is, first thing is to give a beautiful looks for the instrument, and second thing is it does shows the identity of the nations. So the paintings are very symbolic and significant. This is why. And the strings out here, Bhutanese lute has got 6.5 strings. Sometimes I heard people saying that 7 strings, but I always say like 6.5 strings.
Yeah, we have banjos which have also.
And every strings is very much a devotional, has a sense of spiritual connection. Every string is identified as a daikine. 7 sisters, 7 daikines. Mm-hmm. This is why I think if you are visiting Bhutan, and when you visit the temples or monasteries, and on the wall you could see some of the paintings with a deity holding a dranyen. And what is the spiritual reason behind it? That he is not a goddess of music. Most people think that he's a goddess of music, but no. He's a Eastern deity. But why he's holding instruments? Because in his time he started teaching, but his voice is that powerful that it brought lots of devastating destruction through the power of his voice, through the pressure of his voice, because it's a kind of like tsunami type, So what happened? Then he thought that no, I should start teaching in a way, in such a way that where people can where the devotees, disciples can get more concentrations, can focus. So that's why he started teaching his through the sound of the music.
Could you explain about the head of the instrument there?
Head of the instrument. This is also a very, very interesting part of this dranyen. This feature makes lots of people get so surprised about it, and there is a story behind it. The head of the instrument is called chusin. Chusin means the sea monster. It is not dragon. Most people are thinking that this is a dragon, but this is not dragon. And there is a story how this particular had adapted to be actual the head for the instrument. So the Eastern deity, it's called Shachugebo. So if you go to a monastery, you will see a Shachugebo holding this instrument. And the reason behind is that it is believed that when he was giving a teaching to his disciples, for his devotees, his voice is such a powerful that it created lots of destructions. There used to be a huge calamities out of his teaching, because the voice, the pressure is such a powerful that it brought lots of destructions to the surroundings. So just to stop that, to make sure that things are not in a uncontrollable way, so he started to play the instruments and started teaching his disciples through through the sound of the music. But then when he was trying to teach, simultaneously he was not feeling well. Kind of like he used to get in a very uneasiness, feeling sick, not the actual environment. He couldn't really focus teaching. Then he realized what happened to him. Why I'm having this kind of feelings? Why not? I'm not being able to concentrate myself to give a teachings to my disciple. Then later he realized that maybe because this instrument is without head, I might have to have something there. Because this music instrument is such an instrument that it has such a power that it has a potential to produce such a beautiful sound. So this is why in Bhutanese culture we have a belief that if you play a dranyen without a head, then you will get mad.
Go like crazy?
You will get crazy, or you will get sick. The reason behind is that because of the beautiful sound, when you are playing, the invisible spirit, ghosts, demons will come and listen to you. You know what I'm telling?
Yeah.
They will come and listen to you, and in gesture of appreciation, they will come and touch you. But you will not know, you will not see because they are invisible. And because of that, then you get very uncomfortable, you get sick, we say that your soul has been, carried out by the demons. Actually, they came to you because they are happy that you are playing such beautifully. So this is why, then he started putting up different heads. He started putting heads of the birds, heads of the, so many other animals also. But that never stopped him from out of it. And finally, he took this head and he put this one. And that was the time that he got better and better and better, because he found that this hate is one of the scariest hate for the invisible spirit.
Right,
Then
so
they
protects
stop,
you.
Yeah, they just listen from the distance. They never approach to you and touch you. That is how the story is about the hate of the instrument.
So can you play us a song? And what is the song that maybe you will play? Can you tell us, is there a name, or is it a old or new song? Or
the song that I'm gonna play for you is about this instrument only.
Ah, great.
It's called dranyen maje. In our belief, we always say that you have to get a blessing from the goddess of music and from the elderly masters who are a great experts of this music. So it's a kind of like offering prayers through the medium of music.
very beautiful. Very
Thank you.
beautiful. So just briefly, you have another dranyen behind you, or what is that also?
This is also one version of dranyen, and it's called oro.
Uh-huh.
Oro. And the strings there, it's a copper string.
Uh-huh.
And the strings out here in this dranyen is a nylon string.
Uh-huh.
In olden time, there was no nylon string been used for this instrument. It was collected from the forest, a fiber called a saki, and then you have to put it in the water, you know.
So is it from a plant? Not an intestine?
It's an actual, the cover of the plant.
Oh.
They try to peel off that bark and put it in the water for, almost like, few months, so that it becomes, it gets more stronger, smoothie.
Mm.
And then later they'll try to twist it.
Mm.
How you say, like in English, I don't know, when we're doing tight, what's that called? Kind of winding.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they'll dry it for some time, and that's how they are going to put it. They used to put it in the past, yeah.
This is a lot easier just to put the nylon.
But now, yes, and there's a man called Abdope. He is the only man in Bhutan that, got an award for being a great, music patronage. And he is the person who started, using this nylon string.
When was that?
It was a long time back during the era of Third King.
So approximately...
Yes, 1960s. Yeah. And he found that this is more durable, and also it's more smooth. And also it's quite it's quite what you say in English? It's also quite easy to get things prepared.
It's easier to tune, and it's already done and ready made.
Okay, I think, but we found that this is more easiest way to do it.
Convenient.
Then, convenient, because it takes lots of time to get things get prepared for the strings out of the
to make them from scratch. It's very difficult. Yeah.
And then from the scratch, But this one is you just have a little money, go there, buy. It's a racket string.
Okay.
The badminton racket string. It's much easier.
Perfect.
You
Badminton
have
racket.
to wait
Yes.
for going through all those processes.
They also use badminton string in Nepal for the sarangis also.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
Yeah,
this is nylon strings, yeah.
Yeah, and the things beside you there, the
This one.
yes, maybe just a brief.
See, this is one of the rhythmic instruments in Bhutan.
Yes, and I love the
these
story of this.
yeah.
So it is used when building, right?
And these kind of tools are used while building the traditional house in Bhutan.
Yes, because they have a tradition of rammed earth is what we call that.
Yes.
And as I understand, often the women will come and they will mix the rammed earth and sing songs rhythmically and use these pounding sticks, would we call them, in time, sort of like dancing as they pound the material into the traditional house. Yes?
There is so many purpose. Bhutan is a Buddhist country, and we have lots of devotional kind of beliefs and connectivity.
Mm.
You may see that this is just a simple stick, simple pounding kind of a tool, but there are so many reasons why they are using it. The first thing is that to ramp on the mud, you have to pound like this. But meanwhile, this is also producing some rhythm.
Yes.
And then here, the bell gives you the additional kind of a musical feeling state.
Yeah.
See? Can you hear the sound?
Yes.
So what happens? A group of women, while they are trying to pound the mud, it's a chorus song. Then the whole group will sing. others say. So this serves as a rhythmic instrument. At the same time, through this singing, they try to build a house. And singing and playing and pounding comes together. So with this, when they have this instrument, they will never feel that they are tired of making a house. They keep on going hours and hours and hours.
It's because music magic. Yeah.
This is where music plays the role. Or otherwise, you get tired, you feel very exhausted. But once you are with the music, you never know what you are going to do, or what you are really doing it, and how that things has been already achieved by them.
I have been a victim of the musical time warp myself, where I suddenly realize, oh my gosh, has 3 hours gone by? Have I been playing for 3 hours? Whoops, sorry, now I'm late.
That's the power of music.
Yeah, the beauty and the power. It gets you in trouble sometimes.
Yeah. So we have similar type of instruments in Bhutan, very native to remote village and all those things. People use shakers and all those things while they are, trying to prepare a shifting cultivation. They will start singing this. And they try to, whatever the musical kind of thing that's been achieved or that it is provided by the nature, they'll try to accompany with all the singings in the very remote village.
Should we? Do you want to take a break and we'll go and look at some of the other instruments in your collection?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take a break. Okay, so what instruments do we have here?
The instruments that is hung over here is it's called Unka in Dzongkha. It prepared out of the horns of the yaks and all that. And this is yak bell. Not only in other parts of the Himalaya, but in Bhutan, this instrument plays a very important role, especially for the yak herders. In the morning, they will try to play boom, and once in the afternoon, and once in the evening. So that is to make sure that the yaks are all within the reach, and also when you play this instrument, it is believed that the yaks will be secured out of the predators. Sometimes tigers.
It scares away the tigers,
lions, cheetahs, and all those things. Yeah, and also it's kind of like placing your yaks with the sound so that your yaks don't get sick, don't get prey to the predators and all those things.
Gives good luck.
Even and these kind of things are mostly hung in the yak's neck so that you know where your yak is.
And what is that? What is that called again?
It's called yak bell.
Yak bell.
Yeah. So in Bhutan, there is a very, very interesting and very beautiful song about the yak. It was in the 1960s, I think. Third king, he asked one of his attendant, to go to Tibet and get a yak, a handsome yak, so that he can ride on whenever he is touring the higher altitude regions. Because you can't ride on the horse because they cannot cross the snows. So yaks are always used because they can walk through the snow. They can penetrate any thickness of the snow. So he was asked to go and get the yak, and then he brought all the way from Tibet. But the actual owner of the yak, Shulung Namge from the Tibet, when his yak was brought to Bhutan, he was so much attached with the yak. Then how that song came up. So if you listen to that song, you will exactly get the feelings of the regions of the heart, the range of the Himalaya. So it goes like this. So feel that you are in the Himalaya regions and the deep forest with the yak. So dam ki chida dohini so You know, the sound, the vocal that you are singing goes away with the echo of the mountains and goes and goes and goes. Yeah.
So does this horn, can you make the sound?
With this one?
Yeah?
Quite hard.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it's been for a long time that we haven't.
Not.
So I think it's already.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
Actually, this is the instrument that I carried all the way to Europe when I had kind of a tour. Yeah.
Wow.
We took all this instrument with us and played for the people, along with the singing, you know.
So how do they make this instrument?
This is actually, they are using the horn of the yak. And there's a metal attached to it, so that it gives in a little, larger size for the resonance. Yeah.
And then they put some treatment on it, some paint or.
I think it's a polish here over
some
here.
Polish,
just
to preserve it.
To preserve and to make it, more shining looks and all those things. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh, what is this?
This is called kapkama.
Okay.
This is what.
And what is that for, or how is it?
This is also one of the instruments. The instrument used by the villagers when they try to try to scare away the crows that comes to disturb their crops during the harvesting time. Mostly they will use this one.
So that is made from.
So they can scare away the birds, sparrows.
Yeah.
They can scare away the monkeys.
And it is made of one.
Then they'll sing. Pretty, pretty, whichy thing maning dunna, nay ikaning zuna pretty.
That's great. And that is called again?
Kapkama. It's called kapkama. And this one is called jog kapkama because it is longer in length. That's why it's called jog kapkama.
And is it bamboo?
This is bamboo.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I'll just briefly do a little quick scan of so many instruments that you have here, so people can study about the musics and the culture here of Bhutan. So, and then we have, of course, you know a lot about the dress and the dances of Bhutan as well. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for visiting this office. It's a great pleasure to have you here today.